Building resilience. I'm excited about this topic because I think it's a good one, especially with the people we have on this call. Aaron, specifically. I think it'd be cool to hear from someone like you that's made a really big, significant change recently. And I actually just saw a post you made too today, I think it was
Yeah,
about,
it kind of
yeah,
fit.
go ahead.
Yeah, those that don't know, but I think most everybody here does. Maybe not Tyson. I haven't really did a one-on-one with him or anything like that. But yeah, a lot of crazy things happened a few months ago. Needed life change, of course. So just got tired of being in a funk and wanted to just do better and stop getting the same things that I wanted in life. Keep getting in that, and I just needed a change. But got on track with that, and you guys were even there, so y'all definitely helped try to push me to get that on. But yeah, just every day, just working out. I started setting goals and realizing all the things that I've been doing that were wrong or that were bad, and replacing it. I try to get rid of those bad habits and replacing them with good ones, and it's hard, really. It is. I mean, it can take a toll, especially with you coming to terms with all those things. And but once you recognize that stuff and you really want to commit to it, totally committed at this point. Nothing's going to stop me. But I hit it hard. I hit the ground running. And then Jackie shared a podcast with me by Andy Frisella going talking about 75 hard, and I was just like all about it. So I try to implement a lot of those things too with my daily routine. And I kept having to restart. I pretty much did everything except for the 2 45-minute workouts a day. But I was, because of course he doesn't want them to be concurrent, but I was working out like 2 hours at a time every day. Like that was just how it was. Not to cheat myself in that, but that's just how I went with it. But everything else I stuck to. Stop drinking and eating and also implementing fasting and listening to books. It says to read a book, but I just listen to an audiobook instead. So doing that, taking your progress pictures and drinking your water, just doing all those things, and which can be a power list as well. Just set my goal to 225 and got there just last week. And for those that have seen the post, I know Monica has, and uh, Ray and Emily and Jackie. So I hit my goal, and I was like, I even told myself this, or I was talking to a couple of people about this. I think I even told Emily this too. I want to take a break, but that I don't, and the reason I don't want to take a break is because I feel like I'm going to probably get complacent, or I'm afraid that I'm going to revert back type of thing. Also, at the same time that I hit my weight goal, I was just busy at work. Like I just had a lot of different things going on and trying to pick up overtime and just make a little bit of extra cash and stuff and put that away. And I had things to do around the house. Like I'm selling the house right now too. So it honestly was a perfect time to hit that. And then I guess take a break for a little bit and take care of things that I needed to get taken care of. And also I'll celebrate. I did get a burger. I totally got a hamburger, and I enjoyed it wholeheartedly for sure.
Hell yeah.
But that was the only bad meal I had. And I felt super guilty about it. But anyways, I just wanted to take a couple of days for sure. But then a couple of days turned into 5 days, and I really started like I need to stop. Like my fucking my bitch voice. It was like, oh man, like you hit your weight, like you're good, you can take a break, it's fine. You're still doing things like eating right and fasting, like you can maintain that for a while type of thing. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I need to get back into it. And so just telling that bitch voice no. And also with work too, I have been staying up late and shit just because of it. Working, and I've worked overnight one day too. So a lot of it was just I was just tired as well. I just didn't want to do anything. I really needed to catch up on some sleep, which that's very important too, especially during this whole process, is trying to get good sleep. Bed at a decent hour last night and set my alarm 4:30 like I have been doing, and trying to get out the door by 5. And so I'm doing it. I got up, did my thing, ran, did about, actually it was a lot shorter than I normally have. Like I've been noticing like I've been able to run a lot longer distances now, which is awesome. I'm super proud of myself for that. So I'm still doing the same amount of length. So 5 miles, 6 miles, just now it's in a shorter time, still burning the same amount of calories as well. And yeah, as far as that goes, is just getting back into that again and staying consistent. And I listened to a few of Andy Frisella's podcasts, and that helps. It helps motivate me as well. Like I'm just all about it. Everything he
So was
says is
today
like,
your first day back on it?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I am just full steam ahead. Again, set my new weight goal to 200. So that's what I'm going to push for now. So I was strictly doing cardio and all that stuff. And now I'm going to start implementing weight because I wanted to get a lot of my weight down, like my fat and stuff. And now I'm going to start hitting the gym and lifting weights and trying to build muscle now, or just refining and toning. Yeah, but yeah, just with the whole thing of just staying resilient and even recognizing that. And that's another thing that I stopped was like today, I was like, I was talking to the guys at work about it. I was like, I was starting to get into a weird, like, I was starting to get complacent and I was just telling myself no and getting back on it, staying true to like what I need to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's hard when you get into a rhythm, right? And I think that's in line with the building resilience is that we're trying to get our routine down. I think that helps a ton because I know I'll be honest with you guys, with us being on the road and traveling and everything, Ray and I were just talking about this. It's a balance because I feel like in every situation, you can have discipline to figure it out. I am not going to deny that we're making excuses of not working out, but we'll say things like it's difficult because every day's a new day. We're going to different gyms, so the setup's different. How busy it is changes. If the machines we want to use are available changes. And so there's no consistency with what we're trying to do. So it makes it harder to get it done. And it's just easier to be like, oh, we'll just do it whenever we get back home, which is where we're at right now. And I'm okay with that because I feel like we're enjoying what we're doing right now. And so I don't feel guilty about it, but I'm also at a point where I'm like, I'm looking forward to getting into a routine and having that consistency to be able to build up that resilience. But I agree with you, Aaron. I've been in that same position where I have my momentum and you get to a comfortable spot and you're like, okay, I'm going to celebrate, or oh, I'll take a couple of days off. And that those couple of days, it really quickly is, oh, I got to work out. I forgot about that, or I don't want to do that anymore, or whatever. It's crazy. I don't know because you hear people have that conversation, and I'd be curious to hear what anybody else thinks. But I assume it gets to a point because I've heard people say it that like the working out and all these different habits, it just becomes a lifestyle. But I haven't necessarily gotten to that point completely yet. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about that because I know it's back and forth, right? And I feel like it's a fine line. People talk about the balance. Yeah, you got to enjoy certain things or whatever, but I also feel like sometimes, and maybe it's just me, but if I'm not doing something a certain way, I feel like it's not good enough versus if you have a bare minimum where it's okay, as long as you get a 30-minute walk in a day, you still did something versus not doing anything at all. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you guys think about that.
I feel like it's what we talked about with the goal setting, where it's I'm becoming the kind of person who, right? So if you wanted to make that part of your lifestyle, you could say, I'm the kind of person who chooses health and well being over easy or fast joys. Like I'm literally eating a thing of blueberries right now because I wanted to have a snack. And I'm like, we're choosing healthy things and that's who we are. Like I am the kind of person who chooses blueberries over chips. Like you guys are on vacation, not even really vacation because you're just living, but you're living, but you could go for a walk or a hike or whatever and still say, I'm the kind of person who enjoys moving my body and staying healthy. And then that
And
could be your
I think that's why I don't
goal.
feel bad because that is what we're doing. We're naturally walking a lot and moving a lot. So that's probably why if we weren't doing anything, I'd probably be like, man, I'm a piece of shit. but we're not there. Yeah, I guess I do also have to recognize that we are still doing things.
yeah, and you'd be surprised. Hell, just walking on the beach alone. I don't know if y'all have done that yet. I'm sure you have. Like just a long walk on the beach. That takes a lot of effort.
Yeah,
And I don't know
the
if you
thing
guys
is
actually
serious.
if y'all have done hiking yet or not over there too. You're putting in work. And like you said, you've been going to the sauna and back to the beach and sauna. I don't know how long of a walk that is back and forth like that, but that's something for sure.
Hmm. What do you think about the resilience topic, Monica? How does it apply to you?
So I obviously I did a little bit of Google and Chat GPT beforehand just to have like context to share. And the definition of resilience is being able to overcome hard times. And I definitely know a little bit about that. So just having the motivation and endurance to make it through whatever hard times that you're going through and having like just a clear vision for your future and telling yourself that no matter what, you're going to make it. You're going to figure it out. You're going to push through. You have the ability and strength to make it through whatever. So I feel like that's resilience. And obviously, it can be applied to everyday things too. It doesn't have to be like a rough time, but being able to say, I can do this, I can make it through this and come out smiling no matter what.
I love that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I don't know why I don't want to put you on the spot, Theresa, but I feel like that really applies to you because I know you've been through some stuff in your life, and I feel like resilience is definitely a word I'd use to describe you.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all just don't know the half of it. I'm so happy that I don't look like what I've been through, personal and business. And it's been rough where I remember in my business when COVID hit, my home health care agency like 10x overnight. And I could not keep up with my payroll because I get paid by the government and they have a 30 net. And I can't tell a person who put in 2 weeks, so you got to wait 30 days for me to pay you. I can't tell them that. So I called them vultures. They started swarming because I needed money to pay these people, and I had got up to 800K in debt. And I didn't know whether to jump off a curb or file bankruptcy. I was really going through stuff. I would get in the car and I would just drive. I don't even know where I was driving to. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then a lady that kind of was my mentor, I said, I don't know what to do. And she was like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? I said, people want to buy my business. It's really, I don't want to sell it. And I need to file bankruptcy. I can't keep going down this road, this rabbit hole. And she said, then stop. You're not going to sell. You're not going to file bankruptcy. You're going to just figure the shit out. And then I got another call back from a business owner that I respect. And he says, the same thing. You're just going to figure it out. Just stop thinking too hard. You're going to figure the shit out. And that's what I did. And my business came out stronger because I had people to tell me, just stop. Just stop thinking. You'll figure it out. Call all these people that you owe and tell them you're not going to pay them right now. You will pay them later. You have to pay your employees. And that really, going through that was very hard. I've gone through substance abuse where, I thought I was, undercover. Everybody else knew but me. You know how that goes. But yeah, it's been hard. But you figure it out, you make it through, and the sun is just so much brighter on the other side.
Always.
Yeah, and you live through it, and to live another day. That little saying they say. Yeah, but right
So
now.
do you think, I was going to ask, was that like, were you having somebody, was it family that was carrying you through that? Was it people that, like the mentors? It could have been multiple people, but were you reaching out to others to figure that out, or did you go inward, and what did that look like to get to the other side?
I'm the Shiri. I am the person that's like the head of the house. So I had to figure it out. I couldn't tell them because they couldn't relate. Especially in my house, I could tell my husband I have had 85 employees.
Wow.
And I had to make sure that they were getting a paycheck every 2 weeks because they had family. And me telling him, what is he going to do? He go ahead. Right. My husband always says, so Theresa, you can figure it out. Figure it out. He'll listen.
Yeah.
Thank God. He'll listen.
Out of curiosity and because I need a story, what did you do? How did you do?
What I ended up doing, I talked to a company that I didn't know about until I got that damn deep into the trenches. They hooked me up with an attorney and we did paperwork because I owed 5 lenders. And we did paperwork, and the attorney sent paperwork to each one of those lenders and said, stop pulling from her account. She is not going to pay you anymore. All of the money will come through us. So instead of paying, I think I was up to 15, 20,000 a day was hard money lender. And I was up to, when I got with that company, I was only paying like 3,500 a day. From 15 to 3,500 a day. And then they paid those lenders. So that freed up my money now to breathe. To breathe.
And the money came from the government and you were able to pay people.
And then the government, the money came from the government. I was able to pay my employees. I was able to pay, because this whole time We had planned on moving to Florida anyway, Carlos and I, but we put a stop, because put a little pause in our move. And I had transformed my mom's. This is how the Lord works too. I had transformed my mother's basement into a little space for me and Carlos. We had a bedroom. She had done daycare, and her basement was her daycare. And it was like a big open space and a full bathroom and office down there. I transformed her whole basement for us. So when we came back and forth to Florida, we would have a place to live. Little did I know that I was going to be staying down in that damn basement longer than I thought I was, but I didn't have to pay any rent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what basically happened. Got in touch with somebody, said, look, why don't you call this person? They can help you. And then I got out of it. The 30-day nets were coming in like they were supposed to come in. And then I was able to pay myself, because through that whole time, I didn't pay myself at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to pay myself. I built up a little money, and I was able to do my first PMP
Oh, wow.
in Covington, Georgia, where I have a wrap. So
That's
it's been a
amazing.
whole year since then. In August, it was a year.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
And now you have all of that information to help somebody else that might be in a position.
Yeah, a lot of people that are in my industry, where they build their companies really fast and can't tell your employee, I can't pay you. You can't do that. So people just circling, the sharks are circling, the vouchers are circling. They want you to borrow money from them at 45% interest rate. And you do it because you want to save face. You don't want to look like nobody's going to want to work with you, because you don't know how to pay your people and your bills and all of that stuff. But I made it through.
Yeah, you did.
That's amazing.
Yes. Yes. So that's one of my stories I could tell you. I could tell y'all a lot of them.
I think it's cool with the aspect of building resilience. Different people have different ways to essentially cope. There's meditation, there's talking to other people that you can confide in, and even to like self-care stuff, getting a massage or getting your nails done or whatever the case may be. I don't know, Monica, what are your thoughts on the different types of coping?
Yeah, I think first you have to, for sure, like one of the things that comes up when you put in resilience is you definitely have to take care of yourself, right? Like it's that whole oxygen mask in the plane thing, right? Because similar to what Theresa was saying, where somebody was like, you'll figure it out, right? But if you're so wrapped up in like all the crazy that's happening and all the doom and gloom of what could happen, and you're not taking time to slow down, take care of yourself, meditate, pray, whatever it is that centers you, you're not going to have the calm in your mind to figure it out, to listen to potential signs coming your way or advice that might happen, because you're just scared. And once you go through a few effed up things, you start remembering, I am going to figure this out. Somehow this is going to work out for my highest interest, right? This somehow is going to make me a better person. And it hasn't killed me yet. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I feel like that's like the definition of resilience, right? So if you just remind yourself of that, I will make it through this no matter what, then you start having a clear mind and be able to remember that eating shit and sleeping all day isn't going to make you feel better. And it sure hell isn't going to bring a solution. So getting out into nature, going for a walk, clearing your mind, talking to someone that you love about what's happening, meditation. You know me, I'm big into. There are definitely times where if I try to sit in silence, like it's not going to work. There's no point. My brain is just all over the place. And so I'll go to a guided meditation and try to have a different voice in my head for a little bit. And that definitely helps.
Yeah, I like that. I know. Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in?
Yeah, prayer does answer, but you gotta be open to listen. You can sit there and talk to God all day long, but you gotta pray and then listen. Wait for the answer is another thing. And my biggest coping mechanism was to, when I get stressed, I clean, because I gotta keep moving, right?
And make order of something.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Something you can control.
I was just about to say that. Something you can control. I like to stay busy too. especially now, and just to keep my mind engaged and all that
Productive.
stuff. But also, yeah, and just also think about like everything that's happened throughout the day or a previous thing, or, or maybe that doing that, and then all of a sudden something like clicks, or you think about something you haven't thought about before, and yeah, that's just what I do too.
Hmm.
Control what I can control, and then it helps. It honestly just helps.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah. It creates order and some feeling of calm in your mind. I also like to journal. So I'll just brain dump all, like, even if it's like the fears, all the like, this could happen and that could happen. And what if this happens? And these are the things that are rambling around in my head. Just dump it down into paper because something about that helps it not float around in your brain as much.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Once I do, I think about it and I'm like, I should journal about this. I should write this down and then I'll forget and it just keeps rambling and it keeps rolling around like a washer or a dryer with a sneaker in it. Like this just like annoying like tumbling sound that you just can't stand. And once I get it down on paper, somehow feel better. And it happens every time. And every time I forget until it's like that point of I'm gonna go crazy if I don't put this down paper.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how many of you guys know about the Clifton Strengths Finders test, but my number one strength is positivity. And when I first saw that, I was like, that's such a lame strength. Like what I don't
I
know,
remember
like
you saying that because we took it at the same time. And I
I'm
remember
like,
you being like,
Mine is
what
too.
is this bullshit?
really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like all the strengths, but then I recognized and realized I was like, I think that strength is what's gotten me through my life. When I talk to people and I share my stories, people are surprised with some of the things that I've gone through, but I've never felt like they were really that big because I'm very quick to be like, what is the bright side of this situation? I know, yeah, it might suck, but I know there's something good that's coming out of this. It just has to be. That's how I don't know where I got that from, but it's just how I've always lived my life was like it doesn't matter. I may not understand, but I know that there's something bigger. There's a reason. I'm a huge believer that everything happens for a reason, the
I
good
am
and the
too.
bad. I think that's interesting because it's not typically someone's first thought. And it actually, the strengths will tell you what are some things to watch out for. And the positivity strength actually tells you like you need to be, I forget what the word they use, but essentially being considerate of others' feelings because not everybody thinks that way. So I'm very quick to tell someone like, oh, but this X, Y, and Z, like, yeah, it looks like this, but how do you know it's not this? And I'm not allowing them to have their grieving moment because I'm so
Mhm.
quick to be like, okay, what's the positive in this? So I guess
Yep.
it's definitely a blessing for me. I'm trying to learn how to be able to guide people to their own conclusions for that as well. Cause I'm not coming at it with malice of, oh, but think on the bright side. That's just how
Right.
I'm wired. But yeah, I think
And that's
that's,
how it comes across, so that you know.
yeah. Oh, but
Yeah.
thanks. What about
Another one
Ray?
of my strengths too was futuristic.
Okay.
And I was like, so what does that mean? And she was like, and it was true. I was like, oh my God. So she was saying you can see in the future.
Like visionary type, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And she was like, you have to, if you could touch it, like physically see it, you can see it in the future. But I want to one day own a private jet or fleet of private jets, right? So she was like, okay, Theresa, I need you to go to a hangar, go and book a private
Yes.
jet, go to a hangar. And she said, I need you to touch the jet, walk through the jet, smell the jet,
Manifest
be
that jet,
there.
baby.
So I'm getting ready to take broker classes.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
And everything that I've ever done, I've visualized it first. My agency, my crash pads, my midterm, I've co-living, I've visualized it first, and then I just went like tunnel vision towards it.
Love that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I find like the whole visualization, I think it's something I need to work on because Ray's the perfect example. Like we've had a couple of instances where he's like, I know this is going to happen, and then it happens, and he's really good at it. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I think it's really cool for someone to be able to feel it before it happens. Like they're like, I know this, and I've had those moments, but I'm also like, I don't know, I can tell there's a difference between how he does it versus me. Like, oh yeah, I could see that, but he's like, no, no, I have this. And I think that's really cool, people that can do that.
Great. Ray's gonna have to teach us a class. Maybe one of these Tuesdays he can drop us into one of his methods.
So can you give me an example of something that
You've
you
done that with?
Yeah.
Whenever we've had the tickets at the meetups in Orlando and they're doing the raffles, and you're like, oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah, I won 2 or 3 raffles in a row. But I
Amazing.
guess
Give us a
working
good number, Ray. We need a good lottery number.
I could definitely use the lottery right now. Hit a sister up. I'll share.
I guess working on the subject of the visualization, right? I'm better at feeling it than I am about verbalizing it or attaching words to it, if that makes sense. So that
And I
makes it,
think that's literally the key.
yeah.
From everything I've learned in visualization, the
But
feeling is
the-
what matters.
The funny part about that is that I want to be on the same page with him as his wife. I'm like, can you just, I know you see it. Can you
Oh, I
just
feel you.
tell me?
Mhm.
Like we can be on the same page, but he's like, I have it in here. But yeah, go ahead.
It's all
Just
right
believe
there. I
me,
just can't.
baby.
Yeah. But I guess related to that, Monica, you were talking about journaling earlier for resilience. For me, and I don't know, and it's similar to what you were saying, but once you write it down, what with good things, it makes the good things feel a little bit more real. People, they can write their goals down, they can really get into it. With bad things, as soon as you write it down, it makes it less real. It takes the power away from it.
I agree.
It's a release.
Mhm.
So journaling is something that I've done for manifestation purposes and I guess like emotional release purposes as well. But yeah, you said that about the journaling. I had to say something about it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. I think that's so perfectly said that the positive things become more real and then the negative things start to feel less real. That's so accurate. And I gotta dig in, figure out why that is. I gotta do a little research because that is so interesting and so accurate.
But as far as
I'm making a
coping
note.
goes, as far as coping goes, when it comes to resilience, I'm Aaron touched on it. Aaron likes to clean. Darissa likes to clean. That's something that you can do with your body and it frees your brain up. I like to take a walk, take a bath or something, be in water because if you go underwater, it's very quiet. You're just moving your body. Maybe this is me. I like cigars sometimes, but not the most destructive vice out there. But it's
Yeah.
something that you sit down, you're doing what you're doing with a purpose of enjoyment. When I was a lot younger, I almost solely relied on exercise to feel whatever resilient. Like if I was going through some shit, then I was working out. I was doing something physical. So that's just me. I wish I cleaned. That would be very helpful.
Jackie's amen.
Yeah, that's good. I like the way that Ray puts things into words because I'm a very feelings oriented person, but I feel like he can put a lot of sense behind things. I just do things and I'm like, yeah, it feels good. I don't know. I can't give you another explanation aside from that, but he really dissects it and puts the meaning behind it. And I think that's really cool.
Agreed.
Thanks.
But yeah, cool. Anybody else on the topic?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the hurricanes because Lord knows we've needed some resilience over here. One after the other. We got this. We'll be fine. And seeing everybody work together and yeah, just be able to push through the tough times of seeing people's homes destroyed and just having that resilience to rebuild and for the best.
Is there still cleanup? I
Yeah.
guess where it left off before with the first storm, a lot
All
of
still
people's
there.
stuff, it's still there.
All of it.
And then I know I saw something about, I don't know if it was the county putting a deadline on when stuff needs to be cleaned up.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but yeah.
Wow.
Like I
So it's,
literally don't know how they're gonna do it. Our neighborhood was like one of the, I don't know about the least affected, but we were very mildly affected. But we still had a lot of yard cleanup and trees. We're in a very like tree, there's a lot of trees around. And so the wind came through and knocked a lot of branches and stuff off. So we've got a big old pile at the end of the driveway. The neighbors have a big old pile. Everyone's got big old piles and no one is coming to get it. And we're like, we're so like minor on the scale of all the wild things that have happened. People's entire homes just need to be emptied out. All of their furniture is destroyed. It's a lot of stuff. And the trash companies aren't picking it up. So I don't
wow.
know. And my brain is like, where's it going? Like,
Yeah.
where are we putting all of this? I'm sure there's like normal cycles of people getting rid of their furniture and normal cycles of things being old and getting new things and like all that. This is like a mass exodus of people's belongings. Like, where are we
Wow.
putting it all? I don't know. I know our trash people or our trash company burns things. I don't know if they're going to burn all of that trash. I don't know how fast you can burn trash. I don't know any of these things, but I am like,
Wow.
where is it going?
Yeah.
I would like to be a furniture company right now, to be fair. Like, I wish I owned a furniture store because people are
Everybody's got to
buying.
buy stuff. Yeah.
Everybody.
But
Because
not
there's
just
like,
a
I just drove.
furniture store, Monica, either. Not just a furniture store. I would love to invest in screens. There's a lot of, we had one screen out, and I called our regular screen guy, and he was like, I'm still recovering, trying to get jobs done from the two before this one.
Wow.
I just happened, I'm dog sitting my grand dog, and I took him for a walk. It's a sad situation. We ain't even gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. I took him for a walk, and I saw somebody getting their screen repaired. And I walked around back to talk to the screen guy because that day I just did not have my phone. And he was like, I said, I only had one screen out. They just came to clean my pool, and it's, what is it? Dragonfly sanctuary in the back of my house because it was nothing but dragonflies coming through. So I was like, if you could just find, I try to be spiritual.
Little scrap.
Let the Lord lead you to come to my house. There's one screen. I will pay. But yeah, I'm like, Monica, there's piles and piles of debris and we were lucky not to be home. I don't know. Every time a major storm comes through, we're not even here.
Interesting.
We're not even at home. But when we come home, you can see we're riding from the airport, or one time we were in Miami, and you could see the destruction. And then I get a call from my neighbor, and they're like, "Oh, we're good." And I'm like, "How could you?" And I'm riding home. I'm like, "How could they be saying they're good?" And then you turn on our street, and it's like, did the storm even hit us? It was like, it just
Wow.
looks like community cleanup day came. On the way home, lights are out. You see the military and the green trucks and all of that, and traffic lights are down. And then it's turned on our street, and it's like Mayberry. It's different. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to get it. I think they told them 90 days. I don't see it happening.
I was waiting for the school. It took forever for the schools to reopen here in Hillsborough.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Went back to school on Tuesday. Last Monday was, yeah, but they went back to school on Tuesday or Wednesday, and that was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's so weird. Resilience there for sure.
We're not there, so we haven't really been able to participate, but I think it's cool that it's bringing people together, even though it's a devastation.
Absolutely.
People are treating each other like they're supposed to be as neighbors.
Agreed. No, it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, our whole cleaning company that I manage, we've been doing a lot of just like free cleanings for people. We have the supplies, we have the tools, we know what to do. And so we've just been mostly like St. Pete Beach, Treasure Island area, but it's rough. And a lot of these old people don't realize they're pack rats. They just keep all their stuff. It's just like part of who they are. And you're like, you can't keep this. I'm sorry. We need to throw this away. There's no cleaning this up. I'm so glad we knocked on your door. I used my door knocking skills. Because we finished one house and we just were like, let's just see if other people need it. Because like this whole area flooded. And we knocked on this little old lady's door, and her husband just died in July. And he did everything. He did everything. Died of a heart attack. She told us the whole story. And she's trying to hold on to tables and beds and mattresses. And ma'am, this was poop water. We can't save this. This isn't just ocean water. Because she's like, it's just salt water. And I was like, no. Like the sewage backed up. Like you had 3 feet of water in your house. No. We need to toss this. There's nothing we can do. The smell is insane. It's fishy salt water mixed with sewage. It was horrible. And she was living in it for 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
And I can't move anything on my own. And my kids live out of state, just by herself. And So we were like, we can move it. We just need you to let us. Like, we just need your permission to. We need to get these things out of your home. This isn't good for your health. And she's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to replace all of this stuff? This is my mom's china cabinet. And I'm like,
Mm.
we have to throw this away. I'm so sorry. There's nothing we can do about that. Like,
That's
we're
why I
just,
don't know if you saw my post about how we lost our photos, and I was like,
yes. Oh,
it was
crushed me.
devastating, but I was like, how can I even like the I doesn't even compare to what people have just lost back home. Yeah. And
It
I
does, because the first thing people grab is their photo album. So I
yeah, the
feel like
memories.
memories are what, like, stuff you can replace. You can't replace those pictures.
Yeah.
So
No,
nice. It's a lot of
heartbroken.
pain.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of pain. But
It's
you're
just
good
the
at
whole
posts, so like hopefully there's some
it's
pieces. Yeah.
just the whole concept of their whole life, like your home, like your is gone. Like a lot of people, and I'm sure insurance claims and stuff like that, that's a nightmare, and people aren't going to hear answers for months, and it's
Yep.
just, yeah, really devastating.
And FEMA's so backed up, like trying to call and make claims, because that was the other thing that we were trying to do is give these people our information so that we could go back and help them file their FEMA claims so that they don't get scammed. And I made like a little flyer thing to hand out that was like, do not sign over your benefits to somebody coming in telling you they're an insurance adjuster. All these things because they're old and they don't know what they're doing, and people come in trying to help them, and it's do not sign your benefits over to these people.
Yeah.
You need to protect yourself because they're not all here to help you. Some of them are, but a lot of these people are like opportunity.
Mhm.
And that's scary. I can't stand the idea of these old people who've lost everything now also not even having the funds to fix the things that need fixing and getting quoted crazy prices for drywall, and it's just wild. So there's still a lot to do. There's still a
Okay.
lot to do. But hopefully everybody sticks together like we have been. Help
Yeah.
everyone.
Resilience for Florida.
Exactly. Yep.
All right.
All right,
Let's
let's
get
get this
into it.
going. Can you hear that?
Yeah, you might need to turn it down just a little bit.
Turn it down.
Yeah,
How about that? Oh, that's
that's
too
good.
low. Is it? It's
Yeah.
so funny. It's so different on my headset. Okay. It sounds like it's not even playing over here.
Oh no.
So as long as you can hear, I'm good. Let's close our eyes. Get comfy. Start by taking a few deep breaths in and out. Really feel and connect your breath as it enters your nose, travels down into your lungs, to your belly, then pay attention as it moves through your nose. Feel your belly contracting, squeezing the air out. By your fourth breath, you should start feeling your body start to relax. Hopefully, your shoulders come down, your face begins to relax. Always remember you can return to this place of peace whenever you need, whenever the outside noise is loud or the internal noise. You always come back to simply breathing in through your nose, out through your nose, watching, paying attention only to the breath. Today, we're going to talk about your ability to make it through anything. Consider your life so far. Think about all the times that you thought you couldn't go any further. All the times your heart broke. All the times you failed. All the times you felt alone. Times where the weight on your shoulders was so heavy you didn't think you'd ever be able to stand up. The weight on your chest felt like you couldn't breathe. Now, bringing yourself back to the present moment as you sit here today, strong, capable, resilient. Shining light in the world for others. Positive voice. Listening ear, advice during someone else's storm. Smile that's across your lips right now. Calm that is in your heart. And gratitude to all those pains of the past, all the trials, tribulations, the valleys to your mountains, potholes, tragedy, disappointment. Send gratitude, love, every single one of those instances. Each event brought you to who you are today. Each memory is just that, memory. Story to tell. A reminder of who you are, what you can run yourself through this type of practice anytime you find yourself in one of these places. Whenever you need a reminder that you got this, you will figure it out. You will make it through. The sun will come out. Remind yourself, take a quick inventory, a quiet place by yourself. Give gratitude each of those times. If it's possible, give gratitude to the event that's happening, opportunity to grow, to learn, and get to know yourself better, build that resilience for the next time. the next event so that you can be a light to someone else going through a similar situation. Calming voice. Always be that for yourself. A moment, remind yourself, you got this. And you make it through. The way will be shown. Listen, allow, receive, pay attention. Each day we're giving a new opportunity to do our best, be our best, to believe in the best. Believe the best outcome is coming for you each and every time. You will come out stronger, wiser, hopefully more open to possibilities and miracles. Breathe into your heart. Expand. Open. As you exhale, imagine a light emanating from your body, emerging from your heart. This is your highest good, and it is always with you. It is always protecting you. It's always guiding you. As you breathe in, that light gets brighter. Feel the connection. You feel sensations in your fingers, around your body. As you exhale, feel it getting larger, spreading wider, creating a calm around your entire being, whatever space you're in. Bring yourself back to this practice anytime you need to connect to your highest self. Remind yourself all is well. It is within you. One more deep breath. Each meditation that we do, I want to say thank you for your so grateful that you've taken the time to be here with us, share your story, share yourself with us, here live, and on people who watch it later. I know we each have a unique story, voice that will resonate with people you've never met, people you will never meet. Sees and recognizes the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Feel free to wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch a little bit and come back to the room with us. How did that feel for everybody?
I felt real nice for me. I had the natural breeze going.
Ooh, rub it in. I
Yeah.
love it.
But yeah, thank you, Monica. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here.
Yes, thank you guys for conversation. I really appreciate hearing other people's perspectives on
Too.
things.
Me too. It
Sweet.
was
Well,
nice having, I like that we convinced Ray to join us.
yeah, it was a treat, right?
It always is. Always gonna get on camera. We know you're always around, so we're just like, where's Ray? He's busy. I'm glad we convinced you. Thank you everybody for coming.
Glad to be here. Thank you, Monica.
We're
And
welcome.
Jeff.
Yes, until next week. I can't
Absolutely.
believe next week's our last week of October. It's
Don't
crazy.
Don't even. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
By October.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have a great rest of your week. Finish out
too.
strong. And yeah, we have our Facebook group. The rest, I don't know if you know about it. I'll send you an invite. But yeah, we're trying to have a central place. So post any resources or anything you might need or want to reach out to anybody. We have a central
And
group
the
for,
replays.
yes, the replays too. All right, guys. See you later.
Good night.
Good
Enjoy
night.
the luau.
Thank you. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Bye.